Thank you, Director and now Chair, Richard Rinehart, for joining us today. We were just hoping to get to know you a little bit better. So with that, I wondered if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself.
Richard Tashee Rinehart, Kiksadi Ayahat, Gagan Hit Ayahat. Hi, I'm Richard Rinehart Jr., a shareholder and board member out of Wrangell, Alaska, and been with Sealaska for a long time. Used to be the corporate controller, then the vice president and CFO. Been on the board of directors for about 10 years. And I am also the CEO for Tlingit and Haida Tribal Business Corporation. I'm the father of 5 children, 4 boys and a girl. And just, looking forward to seeing what we can do in the next chapter here at Sealaska.
I wonder if you might take a minute and talk about how your clan influence and your family influence your professional and your personal values.
Sure. So I think a lot of people know I'm pretty involved with Landless, and that goes back for a long ways, and the fact that Wrangell was left out of the land claims as far as not having a village or urban corporation lands. It's very ironic to me because we were around at the times of the Great Migrations. Our people moved when the ice receded and they got stuck up on the interior until the ice melted. Our clan has the story of the Talkunagusha, or what's known as Devil of Some Mountain today. And it's the mountain that saved our people during the Great Flood. So I know all the stories of all our history, and then it ties into why don't we have land today? And that concerns me. To me, Sealaska is a large family business. All my kids have shares of Sealaska. We gifted shares, like my dad did first, and then I did as well. They were gifted shares at a young age, and those that are over 18 now have the descendant shares. My grandkids even have like 10 or 12 shares each. So it's a family business to us. You have my mother and my brother, all my cousins, all the people I grew up with, and then like you, Desiree, and everybody else. When you start going down through the layers of clans, and if you can trace your roots back 3-4 generations, we're really related to a lot of people. I mentioned that my in-laws are the Tequidi from the Tontiquan. That's Ketchikan. It's another landless community. There's just the relations go on and on and on. And so I look at it as a family business. I do care what kind of legacy we're leaving for my children and grandchildren, and even the grandchildren that aren't even born yet.
So I want to ask you, in this new position, how would you describe this period in time for Sealaska's history?
We're at an interesting point where we've transitioned out of timber now. We're becoming a global leader in seafood, starting in Europe, and then we're bringing it back into the US right now. We have a global presence in wind energy, and we're more profitable than we've ever been. We've made record profits if we look over the last 5 to 7 years, it's the most profitable period in our history. So that we are able to take those funds now and use them to do things that are good for our shareholders and benefits, like additional scholarships or language programs, the Seacoast Trust, and other things that we're trying to do that affect our shareholders directly. We want to find ways to have economic impact into Southeast Alaska as well. And that's kind of the trajectory we're going to be starting.
What is the board's vision for Sealaska over the next 5 years?
Over the next 5 years, we want to really strengthen our balance sheet, putting more, cash and liquid assets into the company so that the net worth of the company is over $1 billion. The $100 million per year of EBITDA is really $100 million of profitability that we want to make a significant amount of profits every year going forward. And that goal is over the next 5 years. We can reset the goal. Maybe we'll set it to 200 million a year, or maybe have a lofty goal that someday we're making $1 billion per year. But for right now, our goal will be in the near term to get up to $100 million per year in profitability of our business operations. then we want to be able to take that money and do the things that we can to impact our shareholders' lives for the better, to make things better for all our shareholders. And being that over half of them, or approximately half of them, live in southeastern Alaska, and that's the homeland, we want to have an effect there. So it's time to start bringing things back that way. And it seems like a high goal, but it's attainable for where we're at right now, and that's where we want to go for.
This next question I have is really about the responsibilities of the board chair. And what are the short and long-term priorities you will focus on as chair?
The first one is to hire a president. And we've already made the change where we no longer have an executive chair or a working chair. I'm just the chairman. I'm a board member that happens to be the chair. I'm not an executive of the company. I am just on the board. So that change already happened. Our next step is to hire a president to run the mission side of our business. Now, some people are asking, why is Terry Downs the CEO? Terry Downs has always been our CEO. He runs our businesses. He's run them successfully, took us from where we always lost money before to now where we always make money. And will take us to that billion-dollar balance sheet, $100 million EBITDA. Terry will get us there. What are we going to do with the money? That's where we need the new executive, the president, to come in and run the mission side of how do we change our shareholders' lives for the better? How do we make positive effect as far as scholarships, as far as language, and as far as a number of what it's like to live in our villages, subsistence and all these different things that really matter to our way of life. The president will have that as their primary goal. So that's a near-term goal.
So you have served Sealaska in many different ways and positions. And I heard you talk about them when we first started. Do you have a highlight that stands out as the most profound related to progress towards Sealaska's vision?
One, when we let in the descendant shares, when we voted that in, the elder stock was another one. And then also transitioning out of timber. I think those three things kind of stand out to me as things that I've been involved in.
And, any last minute sort of messages directly to our shareholders?
A lot of people are saying, congratulations on the position. Don't congratulate me yet. Let me do something. I haven't done anything yet. Once I've done a few things, then we can have congratulations.
Okay, then. Well, thanks so much for joining us today. I really appreciate hearing your perspective. And I'm, again, excited as both a shareholder and a staff person at Sealaska. Thank you.
Thank you.